anyway, I really want to put some nice dark blues in there. So this is it goes this way. People look at it, you open it up, and boom, there's an ocean. So, going to be, just got started. Get some white. I usually paint with gloves on my fingers, my hands, when I'm working with Unicorn Spit. I have not done that. Welcome everyone. This is not my time slot. I feel so weird being on here when it's not morning, but that why not? Come play in your paint. Okay. I really kind of like the soft periwinkle blue, but at the same time, it just doesn't have enough pop in there for me. So I think what I'm gonna do is start putting some dark colors of blue in there, and then along this sand as well. I like the sand and my ocean themes to be kind of a greenish color. It just seems to work for me. I really like that. So, but I'm gonna start with the darker blues and just start putting them in the clouds. Just here and there. Doesn't really matter where. It's been a long time since I worked on this one. Let me add a little gray. I just have so many of these treasure boxes laying around in different stages, it's not even funny, and I have to start finishing some of them eventually. So I just grabbed one. The one we were working on today, a couple different ones, this one is turning out really nice. And I put the white resin down at the bottom. That's the inside of the lid. Just doing it in little bits and pieces at a time. Can't get into any hurry for sure. So many different stages of resin and epoxy sculpt or spackling, painting. It's fun. That's what makes it fun though, is because you get to kind of keep moving around, not doing the same thing, you know, when you're doing treasure boxes, because it depends on what you're using as your medium to shape it and everything. It's kind of cool. Or paint it. So I add a little bit more white on the water. One of my favorite brushes, and I know it's silly because it's just really nothing to it, it's these little square ones that are thin and square. That's it. They are fabulous for water. You just lay it on the edge and you get the thinnest of water lines on the white. You can see it back there, kind of. Sorry, bright light. But anyway, I'm just going to add a little blue to it as it comes forward. And that will help give just, you know, like right in there, a little bit more definition of a wave. Just here and there. The deeper parts. Went way across on that one. Just, if you go too far, just come back and put some more white on it. It's no big deal. Just keep going back and forth in layers. That's what I do. You do you. Welcome. Hi, guys. So I'm just adding more movement to here in the water, just by blues and whites here and there, some grays. But today it was so fun. I did resin. I usually don't like to do resin in front of people because it you really have to think, I do, I have to think about every little process in that. I guess I'm going to put a wave right here. It's what it feels like I'm going to do. I'm just start tapping in a darker color all the way where I want my wave. I'm going to go back with some gray, dark gray, charcoal. Tap that in a little bit. I don't know if that's going to be the foam or if it's going to be the actual wave. We'll see. It looks like right there it should be more of the foam. So let me just tap in some white unicorn spit. Let me show you what I'm doing. Just with the end of that little brush, tapping in some white here and there, over my charcoal, over my blue. And that just gives you the different colors you want to see when a wave is crashing. It's not white, it's not blue. There's all sorts of different colors in there. This earlier today and on the swatter part down here. But this, it looks really yellow right now because of this lighting in here, but even without the lighting, that does look more yellow, even in the natural light. So that's not good. I don't like that. And so I'm gonna have to take some white resin and just drop it back over on that part again. But this is still kind of wet at the very bottom, so I'm just gonna set it over here for now. But like I said, you know, everything is a process. Don't be discouraged, don't try through it. For sure, enjoy it. Just tapping along. Okay, now right behind that, since that was going to be my wave, and then I thought, no, that's foam. So right behind all that, I just put a real dark line, and I'm going to see if that will be my big wave. I may not have a big wave on this one. I don't know. But I do like to lay in that dark and then just take my little brush and just kind of pull it down, pull the white down a little bit here and there. Just tap along it on the top. There's no right or wrong way, I promise you. I live by the ocean. Waves come in all shapes and sizes. They crash at different times. They can even have one wave going this way and one wave going this way and meet together and just basically explode. So don't worry if it's like, but all the waves aren't going exactly the same. Don't worry about that. You just enjoy your painting. Just want to kind of make it less stark. Now, because I'm painting with unicorn spit, it does absorb easily. So there is a lot of layering that goes on with the unicorn spit. And when I like it and I want it to stay, then what I will do is seal it with Minwax Spray Seal, this polyurethane, fast drying. And I just do a real quick spritz on it once it's dry. And then once the Minwax dries, I can either keep painting on it or I can seal it. So I do like to keep painting on it though. It's fun to do works in just layers. So I have some reddish brown and I've mixed it in with my blue and my gray. It's very muddy. And I just want to put it in the sand here and there. Especially right up against where my water line is. Just for now, just to see. A couple more dark blues. I like my sand to have a lot of dips and stuff in it, you know. I like it smooth too though. I don't know, just keep playing with it until it works for me. It's more difficult in a treasure box to paint the wet sand because you can't take your fan brush like you would normally do and let it glide down to make that reflection. You really pretty much have to go sideways because otherwise you're going to hit this. So it's just kind of a different type of painting when you start painting inside little containers. But it's fun because it's like a puzzle, you know? You gotta figure it out as you go. I'm putting some light blue on this beach for some reason. Just seemed to call for it. It's gonna be a very bright painting by the time I get done. Let's see, I've got this weird color that I made up myself that I might want to put in my sand. I used whatever was left over of the yellow unicorn spit and just started adding. Want some nice white sand up here, close to where people are going to start walking down to the beach. Right as it changes from dry to wet sand. Oh, honey, I didn't expect you to to be on my live with what you have going on today. And it worked out fine because it was just resin. So Sherry was there for most of everything, so she just missed the very front part. So, but thanks, honey. Yeah, it was fine. I didn't expect you were going to be there, for sure. Okay, so this is okay. Very thoughtful. All the likes, everything. Yeah, I am not in my right time slot. I feel it. It's weird to be here at this time of night for some reason. Alright, so I'm getting a little happier with this. I am putting more of a sand brown color down in the very bottom here. That'll carry you out into the water and the wet sand. And I will probably end up putting actual sand down in here with a little resin. I like to give a little bit of a surprise. Some 3D elements are nice, or some glow, something that glows. Anything that is going to be like, oh, they didn't expect it. Cool. So now I want to go under my big landmass right there with some dark, just a nice thin line where it meets the water. I'm not really sure where that is. And then under that nice thin line where it kind of meets the water, I'm going to put another line, but it's going to be white. And I'll probably end up having to do this back and forth so many times. That's okay. added a little bit more blue down there at the bottom. Sorry, I just zoned. Y'all, I want to get off of here. Yep, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it will eventually. I really want more of a big wave. I don't know how big I want. What is it, like a hurricane, or what am I doing here? I don't know. And it's funny because I've got all this wave action, and then when you look at the sky, there's nothing. I mean, no clouds, no nothing really. That's okay. It's all layers. Don't worry. Oh, thanks, honey. I'm just loving this one. This one just floats my boat. That's the inside. That was fun. That's the under the sea one. So, probably not. Okay, let's see. Got a little tiny bit. Okay, so I put my stripes down, and now I want to take a nice dry brush and go sideways across it. I'm just tapping white into it, just to see if I can get some sort of interesting cloud formation going. When you first get started painting, it seems like you feel, at least I felt like it was just so, you know, arts and crafts, so kindergarten looking, cartoony. And so I kept quitting because I thought, well, clearly I don't get it. It's not looking real and whatever. What I didn't realize is that it's just on the other side of that things begin to look real, and you need to add your highlights and your shadows in order to make them look real. So I was just quitting too soon. So if that's you, if you think you guys no, you should not be painting, that is not true. You just need to keep going with it. More layers, always more layers. It will add that dimension that you're looking for, I promise you.
Sometimes you just need to go a little bit abstract.
Absolutely. Go with it.
Just go with the flow. Just keep swimming.
That's right. Adding layer upon layer, hoping for that result. It's getting there. It's hard to see with this light, but I'm getting the different colors that I'm looking for in that sky, the purples and pinks and blues and stuff. It's a process. It's a process. So I just take a palette knife and put some white on it, and And just run it across wherever you want your horizon line. Alright, I'm going to take one of these fabulous little pretty brushes. They're actually nail design brushes, but they are perfect for when you're doing treasure boxes because they're very, very tiny. This one's nice and long, but still real tiny. So I'm going to use that for some water on my sand. So I did a real thin line with it, so it's like the thinnest of those waters that come out, you know what I'm talking about? So behind that I need to make one that's just a little bit more foamy, so more white. In my head, that's how I think anyway. You do you. There's a start. I really do like the greenish sand look. I think I want a light source back there. Even though it's cloudy, it's going to be sunny back there behind some of the clouds. So I'm just going to see, like right there in the middle of this cloud. Just a piece of the sun trying to poke through would be nice. This is stuff I need to start thinking about. Like, I've got the moon facing like the brightness over here, but all of my good stuff is over here. So I need to turn that moon around, put the shadows and the clouds on this side, have the moon facing the parts where I want it to shine on. Things like that. I always think of it a little late. But I can do that.
I think I'm done for now.
Okay, I'm almost done too.
I want to show my dad this other box.
Oh, cool. So now I just added a full sun or moon or whatever that is.
What's that?
It got something more than it did have. So there's our Virginia treasure box. And there's the inside so far. It's nice and serene. Kind of like it. Well, anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, whoever you guys are. I didn't visit very much. But I will be back live on my regular time at 11:45 Eastern time in the morning on Thursday. And paint some more treasure boxes. So, love and light to you guys. I hope you have a beautiful evening. Bye.